Coming up, Matt Hardy's WWE exit plans change last minute, more WrestleMania plans leaked, and the coronavirus outbreak hits the Japanese wrestling industry.
Support WrestleTalk!
Give us a subscribe. Hello and welcome to the WrestleTalk Super News. I'm Ollie Davis. This is Matt Riddle. He's one of NXT's biggest stars, but at 34 years old, his time to make it on the main WWE roster is arguably running out, especially now the company's chairman Vince McMahon has taken a disliking to him, booking him to be eliminated from the Royal Rumble by Baron Corbin barely a minute after entering. But Triple H knows his potential, and on Sunday's TakeOver Portland show, Riddle and his Broserweight teammate Pete Dunne won their NXT tag titles from the Undisputed Era, which he celebrated tweeting a picture of the two and their caption, "Bros, Stallions, Broserweights, Champions." Matt was happy. Matt thought he was safe. But little did he know there was a viper lurking on the soch, ready to strike from out of the quote retweet. Hated you, now I get it. Good luck. Also, f*** off. Can't tell if Orton's being a dick or that's just the way he shows love. Riddle has decided to take it as the latter, the absolute stoner, where he replied, "I woke up at the crack of noon today and saw this, and all I could think was, Randy is the coolest. Also, don't smash my head with a chair, bro. Hashtag Viper, hashtag bro, hashtag Stallion." Credit to April and the Apocalypse in the replies for a pun so good, it makes me want WWE to drop the fantastic Edge storyline and make it happen immediately. Team RK Bro. Make it happen. Das Überpun. Interestingly, the two do have history, with Riddle eliminating Orton at last November's Men's Survivor Series match. I'm sure Vince is yet again thrilled with Riddle interacting with main roster talent after an NXT meeting last month was specifically designed to tell him to stop doing that without approval. Bro. One of the major advertisements in advance of Monday's Raw was that Orton would face Matt Hardy in a no-holds-barred match on the show, which was meant to be the latest way to write Hardy off WWE TV. But as the text at the bottom of wrestling card promos always reminds you, card subject to Vince McMahon having a bad cow and changing his mind last minute. Hardy was originally meant to finish up on WWE TV on last Monday's episode, where Orton attacked him with a concerto, the same move that has written Edge off TV since the January 27th Raw. Matt himself even tweeted after the injury angle, "Goodbye," which was seemingly answered by AEW's Evil Uno, who tweeted shortly after, "You say goodbye, and I say hello." Matt's WWE contract expires on the 1st of March, where it's widely expected he'll go to All Elite Wrestling to be revealed as the Dark Order's leader, the Exalted One. But as we saw with Goldberg's SmackDown interview, which did so well in the ratings he's reportedly getting a Mania match off the back of it, Hardy and Orton did so well in the ratings, Vince changed his mind to bring them back for this week's no-holds-barred match, and then changed his mind again last minute. Thanks for all your support on Patreon, The Mountain Matthew Dennis. Fightful is reporting the original plan for the Orton vs. Hardy segment on this week's Raw was for the no-holds-barred match to take place as advertised, and it was supposed to run for multiple segments. WrestlingNews.co added that people backstage in WWE thought this was a bad idea, as Matt returning to wrestle a match just 1 week after a concerto would make the attack from the previous week seem meaningless, since it was similar to how Edge was attacked and he has not appeared on TV in weeks. So after announcing the no-holds-barred stipulation and promoting it for Raw, Vince made the very late call to scrap the match and just have Orton attack Hardy again, which manages to both undermine the concerto attack still and cheat people out of what they might have bought tickets for, or in pun terms, a compromise. Nah, it's still not as good as RK Bro. Apparently McMahon is adamant though that this angle is Hardy's last TV appearance with WWE unless he signs a new deal, which seems very unlikely given his latest coded tweet. Against every warning, with serious head-neck injuries, I showed up on Raw to face and fight RKO. I was brutally beaten and suffered multiple injuries, but I'm alive. I'm not sure what's next. If this was my WWE goodbye, I didn't get what I deserved, but maybe I got what I needed. Hardy's very deliberate capitalization of against every warning at the start of the post gives you the initials AEW. Move aside, Dan Brown. Matt's gone full Da Vinci mode. Speaking of plans changing, WWE are finally figuring out what they're doing at WrestleMania, segue. The only officially announced matches for WrestleMania 36 so far are Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre for the Universal title. Providing Brock can overcome Ricochet's belief in himself in Saudi Arabia, it's going to be a tough one. And Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley for the NXT Women's title, which Royal Rumble winner Flair accepted at Sunday's TakeOver show. These will reportedly be joined by The Fiend versus Roman Reigns for the Blue Universal Championship, with The Fiend potentially being swapped out for Goldberg. Shayna Baszler versus Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's title. Edge versus Randy Orton. The usual men's and women's battle royals. The Undertaker versus AJ Styles. And John Cena versus Elias. I know what you're thinking, but WWE, that's only 9 matches. With talent like Daniel Bryan, Braun Strowman, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, etc. not yet having any plans reported, and no word on either brand's tag divisions, there's plenty more to come. And Brian Alvarez on Wrestling Observer Live has the latest title match to add. Naomi versus Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship. What match do you want to see most at Mania that hasn't yet been rumoured, and why? Let me know in the comments, because I'll be replying from out of nowhere, mainly saying Otis versus John Cena. Book it, Vince! Elsewhere over the weekend, PW Insider is reporting former WWE talent Darren Young, Hornswoggle and Santino Marella are all booked by the company for WrestleMania week, implying they'll feature in some capacity, most likely at WWE's Access Fan Convention. Or in Santino's case, probably winning the women's title. Another interestingly reported name booked for Tampa is JBL. Not just because he usually appears on the big WWE kickoff panels, but also for a new report from Wrestling Inc. The site claims that JBL will be inducted into the 2020 Hall of Fame class, joining the already confirmed Batista and NWO lineup of Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, and the faction's most famous member, Sean Waltman. It looks like a stacked year, to quote Chopper Pete, as other reports have leaked the Bella Twins and New Japan legend Jushin Thunder Liger for the class. And now the Wrestling Observer have revealed another long overdue induction, the British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith. Smith sadly passed away, aged only 39, back in 2002 because of a heart attack, and there's been a long-running campaign to get him inducted in WWE's Hall of Fame, with his widow Diana Hart publicly supporting petitions for years. It'll be interesting to see if WWE contact Bulldog's son, Davey Boy Smith Jr., to be involved in the induction, as he currently works in MLW and All Japan. Speaking of Japan, the worldwide coronavirus outbreak is starting to affect the country's wrestling industry. Serious segue. In case you only read wrestling news and ignore the real world, the biggest global story right now, surprisingly, isn't Dolph Ziggler ruining Otis's date with Mandy Rose. It's the coronavirus disease outbreak that began in China late last year and has now spread across the world, with China's quarantine restrictions currently affecting over 780 million people in the country. Estimates have the number of infected people at 75,000, with the death toll passing 2,000 this morning. The outbreak has had serious ramifications on the worldwide economy and society, with cruise ships being quarantined off ports for 14 days, airlines suspending all flights to China, and yes, the world potentially running out of new iPhones. And with anything this large, the effects are starting to be felt in the wrestling business. Yesterday, the top all-women wrestling promotion in Japan, Stardom, which was bought late last year by New Japan's parent company Bushiroad, announced that they're taking the precaution of cancelling a run of shows and meet and greets from today's fan event through to the 14th of March doubleheader wrestling show in Osaka. The 20th of February's press conference and the 8th of March's big Korakuen Hall show will still go ahead, with the wrestling show still being broadcast on YouTube, but no fans will be in attendance, making it an empty arena show. Stardom is issuing refunds to anyone with tickets for these shows. Following Stardom's announcement, MMA promotion One Fighting has also announced an empty arena show in Japan to avoid large gatherings of people during the contagious outbreak. And New Japan has cancelled all of their upcoming meet and greets and autograph signings until further notice, ahead of a busy weekend in Tokyo this week. New Japan will still put on their live wrestling events, but have issued guidelines for those in attendance, asking fans and staff to wear surgical-style masks and saying they'll issue refunds for anyone who has to miss shows because of illness. They'd obviously much rather you stay at home if you're feeling unwell than come to events and potentially spread the infection infection further. Additionally, the statement warns staff may advise attendees to leave if they seem unwell. So now I need to transition from that very serious story into me telling Chopper to dance. Here's Keith Lee being licked by a dog. Random segue. Tastes like the beefiest of beef. Wait a second. Roman Reigns versus Keith Lee confirmed. Now Chopper, come hither here. Hither me. Hither right here.
Hey.
Hi.
I've been speaking. I wanted to speak to you about something. I was speaking to Laurie the other day, and he reminded me that I'm a strong, independent Chopper, and I don't really want to.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Stop right there because I got you a Dance Chopper t-shirt.
For God's sake.
Because Choppers love to dance. Don't they, Chopper?
Yeah. Choppers love dancing. Just love it.
So dance, Chopper. And tell them where they can get their own Dance Chopper t-shirts.
Go to WrestleTalkMerch.com and you can get the t-shirt, or you can press the eye above our heads, or in the link in the description below.
Yes. Now stay there and keep dancing, Chopper, while I announce the punishment poll. Dance, Chopper, dance! Press the thumbs up. Royal Rumble saw me lose the last season of Wrestle League, which means I have to do a music video punishment, and you have all pitched what wrestling songs you want me to cover. Joe Ray has asked for AJ Lee's theme with short skirts and skipping around. Dance, Chopper! Chalkama Sauce wants Gimme a Green Light from WrestleMania 33. Dance, Chopper. And Luke Neo Pacino has asked for Edge's Metalingus theme. Dance, Chopper. How does it go? Sing for me as well.
It's on this day, I'd see clearly.
Click the eye above my head to cast your vote. Is another WWE talent leaving the company? Click the video on the right to find out. And WWE have abandoned some pushes and storylines on Raw. Click the video below that to watch mine and Luke's full review of this week's episode. I've been Ollie Davis, and that was Dance, Chopper.